third role. So I can party and have more options as a cleric. You know, you can tank, you can DPS, and you can heal. So for my tanking spec, Jessicar, Druid, and Shaman. Love this stuff. This is my spec. You gotta get the endurance. You know, as a tank, you do need that effective health. You know, if in case you don't know what effective health is basically how much you can take in, how big a hit you can take without dying. And two stats that go into effective health would be your endurance, which gives you health, and armor. So basically, whatever the amount of damage, armor, and your health. So, you know, let's say you have 3k health. This is the simplest I can put it. People are way better at this than I am. I know that. Essentially, let's say you have 3k health. Okay, let's make it simpler. Let's say you have 100 health. You have your armor reduction. Your armor mitigates 50% damage. Right. So that effectively means you can take 150 damage if your health is at 100 and your armor is at 50% before you can die. It's the biggest hit you can take and die, you know. And then, so that's effectively what effective health is. Okay. Mitigation is stuff like your dodge, your parry, your block chance, along with your armor. This helps mitigate how much damage you take. But effective health is your armor and your health. Okay. So yeah. Health. Need health. Alright. I am now putting points into this. Wisdom. You may think, why wisdom? Well, in this game, wisdom is the stat you want for your cleric. With the cleric being one of the 4 callings: warrior, rogue, cleric, and mage. Warriors use strength, rogues use dexterity, mages main intellect, clerics main wisdom. You do get bonuses from the other ones, but not as much as from wisdom. Wisdom is your key stat as a cleric for all your roles. So wisdom, yes, because wisdom we get mitigation from as well. Not only does it give us spell power and mana regen, it also gives us mitigation. Here we go. Right there, your parry is now derived from 100% of your wisdom, and dodge from intelligence. So intelligence isn't useless. You get dodge, but parry is very nice. Okay, and here you go. Your block is now derived from 100% of your wisdom. So, and block comes up a lot. I really do have a high block chance because I have so much wisdom, and block reduces 30% damage from a hit. So I mean, block is awesome. Alright, so where are we at? Endurance, wisdom. Life's devotion increases healing done with salvation when using Justicar ability by 15%. Okay. Salvation is a passive buff. This is right here. Basically, all your abilities will give you some type of health. Okay. The health is increased when you use single target Justicar abilities. So if you're tanking, you want to use more of your Justicar abilities than anything else. If you're doing single target, you will get the effect from this buff. If you're using AoE abilities that are not a Justicar, you get like a quarter of the health that it says there. And if you're using something else, it's like even less. So basically, when you're in Justicar, use single target Justicar abilities and Justicar AE abilities. Okay. All right. So that's what that means. All right. Let's go through the spells I do have before we finish going the tree. Strike of Judgment. This is your main smack. You will do this every single time you are in melee. Alright, with one exception, AE, which I would then use Even Justice instead. Alright, so basically, Strike of Judgment, single target, Even Justice, AoE. Okay. Radiance, your range that to pull. Okay, if you want to go charge in, use that to pull. Right. This, go ahead and use it to pull as well, but it does need a conviction, which Bolt of Radiance gives you a conviction. It's on an 8-second cooldown, 30 meter range. Alright, and it does give you a conviction. What are convictions? We'll go over that in a second. Hammer duty, you need a conviction to use, and it consumes all your convictions and deals damage per conviction. Okay, so now you're like, okay, I have to conviction like 5 million times in 2 seconds. This is another passive buff just like Salvation, and it just causes all your life-based damaging abilities to grant a conviction for 30 seconds. So you're saying life-based. So Justicar main element or planar element is life. Okay. If you don't know much about Rift, well, you should know about Rift. If you're watching me, you know something about Rift. So elements, I'm not even going to go into it. You guys should know. Alright, so that gives me convictions, which I use for that. Bam. Alright. Provoke the single target threat ability. Good for picking up stragglers. You know? Or if like one guy comes off you. Alright. Righteous Mandates. Causes the cleric's salvation to heal the ally as well. Can only affect one ally, lasts 1 hour. So, your salvation heals you, right? This is salvation. We talked about it. Righteous Mandate allows you to buff one person and gives them the same effect from your salvation that you do. So as you're healing yourself through smacking people, you are also healing that other person as well. So this is good. Like me, I put on my pets, or you can put on your healer, help keep your healer up so your healer doesn't have to necessarily worry about themselves. They can just worry about everyone else, or you know, or whoever else. Or if you're in a raid, you use your other target and stuff. All right. Like I said, Even Justice is an AoE ability. Melee range, so it's good. You charge in, do this, pick them up, blah blah blah. Alright. Doctrine of Loyalty. This is a heal. It uses convictions. It only uses 1 conviction, which is good. So if you have like 4 convictions, you can just spam it 4 times. It does heal up to 10 people. This ability also has a secondary effect when you get to a higher level. And it's in the tree. If you how trees work, this is the branches and these are the roots. You unlock the roots by putting more points into the branches. Okay, so in the branches higher up, there's a thing I'm gonna show you. It's pretty awesome. So Doctrine of Loyalty, Righteous Imperative. Love this, love this, love this. It's an AoE taunt. So you go in, and right now I'm doing what is it? Foul Cascade. I think it's a dungeon. A lot of AoE mobs, a lot of little guys. So you just go in, do your AoE, aim like 2 or 3 might get them past you, hit that, they all come towards you. Or if you have a pack that has some melee and some range, it'll help you grab the range ones to hit on you. As long as like your DPS in your group is just attacking the ones that you're attacking and not sending their pets or to the range, or they're attacking the range ones and stuff. If they're smart, they'll hit your target, and you can do that. Use Righteous Imperative, hold on to the range ones, and not have an issue, hopefully, and stuff. Unless you then you have to use your other taunt. Okay. Purpose. It's a toggle. It doesn't cost anything. Especially when you're doing AoE, you are burning through a lot of mana. So this basically allows you to, well, if you're low on mana, you got like full convictions, not really convictions, you can go back and forth between which resource you want to build up. You know, you need to build it back to your mana, toggle this on. If you're good on mana, toggle it off, keep your convictions up for in case you need those and stuff. I can see this spell being absolutely necessary at higher levels. Alright. And then bam, Sovereignty to stun. What would you be without a stun? You need a stun. Okay, a stun is used in everything. PvP, PvE. You can't go wrong with a stun. Okay, it's only 2 seconds, so hey. But a stun is a stun. Alright, so where are we at in the tree? Alright. So Stronghold went over that. So increases your healing done. So as long as you have increase healing done with Salvation when using Justicar abilities by 15%. So it's gonna increase the amount you're healing yourself. So that's gonna be awesome. Alright. Reparation. Now, your Salvation heals up to 5 additional party raid members. This means now, even without the other buff, Righteous Mandate, you're still healing up to 5 other people in your group. So essentially you can have those 5 people, yourself makes 6, and then another person affected by your righteous mandate. You can have essentially up to 7 people that you're healing while you're tanking. I mean, you're a cleric, you heal. So, tanking and healing at the same time, yeah. Alright, I didn't put a point in this just yet. Thinking later on, right now I'm good on health, on healing. So, later on though, I think I'm going to pick it up. I think I'm definitely going to pick it up later. Because we got Doctrine of Loyalty, and we got Doctrine of Bliss, which... This is the skill I was talking about. Divine Right. When already at full health, your Doctrine of Bliss and Doctrine of Loyalty absorb. It says right now 33%, but it's 3 ranks, so I'm pretty sure at 3 ranks it's going to be 100% of the normal healing value instead of healing. So basically, if you're at full health, and use your Doctrine of Bliss or Doctrine of Loyalty, which uses Conviction, instead of healing you, or it's going to give you a bubble, which will absorb damage. And we all know tanking as a bubble is awesome. If anyone's ever played Discipline Priest and WoW, who needs to heal where you can just negate all damage with a bubble? Alright, bubbles are cool. So yeah, so I'm probably gonna pick that up later. It's definitely what I need to do, or if I get into some high-end, end game tanking rating, who knows. Increases your damage healing using Convictions by 5%. I'm definitely gonna pick that up, because if that increases the healing amount I would get from those doctrines, which then turns into more bubble. I would hope that's how that works. Okay. Precept of Refuge. Awesome. 5% cooldown. Deals life damage and increases your block chance by 5%. Requires a shield. I don't know why you would be without shield if you're not tanking. I don't understand that unless you're a Death Knight from WoW. I'm not sure about the Warrior Souls. There might be a tanking tree you don't need a shield for, but with the Justicar, you need a shield. So this is fantastic. This is awesome. Increases by 5%. So we already have like a ton of wisdom, which increases our block chance. Plus you get 5% more, dude. 100% wisdom is block. I haven't picked this up yet. Your blocks have 50% chance to grant a conviction. Cannot happen more than once every 2 seconds. I'm not really sure how I feel about this. I'm already getting a lot of convictions already from just my Strike of Judgment when I use that. So I'm not really sure how I feel about it right now. Maybe later on I will change my mind. But as of right now, my jury's still out. Alright. Light makes right. Critical hits with light-based damaging abilities grant an extra conviction. Again, I'm not really sure where I'm going to pick up crit at, unless, it's off. I'm not really sure if I get crit off of Wisdom. Probably off of Intelligence for sure. But again, why would I need crit as a tank? I have to look into that and see if there's an actual benefit there for having crit as a tank as a Justicar and Rift. Alright. Healer's Creed. Increase your healing and receive by 10%. 10% more healing? Hell yeah. So we got 10% there. Okay. 15% there from Salvation. So, I mean, come on now. Mean of Leadership. This is the most important ability as a Justicar tank. You cannot effectively hold aggro without this buff, okay? If you do not have this, I don't know how you're going to create enough threat to hold it. You may be able to grab them for a couple seconds, but then after that, your DPS and your heals are just going to pull these guys right off you. And you can't really spam your taunt. It's on a 20-second cooldown, when that one's on like an 8-second cooldown, so you can't spam it. But this does help you not only with threat, but it increases your health, which is endurance and armor. Look at that, the effective health, endurance and armor, bam. Increases your resistances by 35%, resistances to all your magical attacks. Increases threat generation by 350%. Gotta hold that aggro. And allows the clerics. There's my phone going off. God. Allows the cleric's overhealing to generate threat, reduces damage done, healing done, absorptions granted with not just guard abilities by 40%. It reduces that stuff. Okay, which sucks. But let's read that last line again. Last two lines. Allows the cleric's overhealing to generate threat, which means, again, overhealing is if you are at full health and you're still smacking with salvation, you're gaining heals, is going to help with your threat. Not just from you attacking, but your threat. So you're going to get threat as from just being a tank being there. You're going to get threat from doing damage, and you're going to get threat from healing. So an increased amount of threat you're generating. This is good. Reduces damage done, healing done, and absorption granted with non-discard abilities by 4%. It's basically like a deterrent from using non-Justicar abilities, which is fine. You really should be using mainly Justicar abilities if you have meaning of leadership on. I do have the other trees for more for stats, and I'll show you. The absorption kind of sucks because I do use Shield of Oak from the Druid tree, which I'll go into in a bit, but still, it's helpful. Reduces damage taken by 5%. It's a tank, that's a given. You get reduced the amount of damage you're taking. Duh. We went over this one earning. Parry from Wisdom, dodge from Intelligence. Alright. Mean of Honor. This is like the opposite of mean of Leadership. Reduces threat generation with damaging abilities by 50%, increasing the no Justicar abilities by 10%. So, the only thing I can think of is if you're going to use this more in a support role, where you're still melee doing damage and you're healing. So, I don't know. To me, I don't understand why you want to go support if you're going Justicar. You know, unless it's like, I really don't know how big the raids are here, man. The only thing I can think of is if you're like the second or third tank, you know, and it's like a one tank fight or something, you know, or you should go on support as a support role instead of a straight up healing role, you know. So where you're not really trying to tank, you're just trying to do like hit and heal, damage and heal. So that's the only thing I can think of. But as of right now, I'm not interested in doing that. So I don't know. I really do like the Justicar, so we'll see. Affect the spell powering hammer due to Hammer of Faith by 25%. As of right now, I'm not having an issue with this, but definitely later on, I would definitely put points into this so I can do more damage and hold that threat more. For sure. Increase your maximum convictions by 1. So right now, the most you can have is 4. Well, the most I can have is 4. So this would make it 7. So 7 convictions. So I can see where some abilities you have use up all your convictions in one shot, where that can be pretty powerful stuff. So from a healing and a damage perspective, so really nice there. I'm definitely gonna put points into that right away. I'm not sure, but I know for sure I will be. You regain. I have had 2 points in this. It is 4% mana when you block. And when you have a high enough block chance, it does help with your mana regen, so that's really nice. I'm definitely going to put points into this. Definitely. This is a must. You go through so much mana. My god. An AoE interrupt. You know, no. If you don't know what an interrupt is basically... okay. How can I put it? A stun will lock a person down. You cannot cast spells, you can't move, you cannot attack for the duration of the stun. You can't do anything. Now these are definitions as I've experienced them through Rift. In other games they have different definitions, but in this game, a stun locks you down. If you're mid-cast, a stun will interrupt your cast, but a stun prevents you from attacking, spellcasting, moving for the duration of the stun. A snare in this game is it just slows you down by a certain percent for the duration of the snare, or the effect. It's just a slow. It just slows you down. It doesn't do anything with casting, just your movement lowers your movement. An interrupt does not affect your movement, but it does interrupt any spellcasting, which means if you're in the middle of channeling a spell, it will stop you from channeling that spell. So you get 2 types of spells. You have your instant cast, which as soon as you hit the button, they go off. And then you have your cast ones with a cast time that you have to sit there and essentially just wiggle your fingers for a couple seconds, and then it's like you're building power, like Goku, Dragon Ball Z, Kamehameha. You know, he has to channel it. He has to build up the power. So it interrupts that cooldown. So basically, in the middle of him doing Kamehameha, he is like he got to say Kame, and then before he can say Ha, he just comes in, smacks across his face like, I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna say, but yeah. So that's an interrupt. So horrible for casters. All right. I definitely picked this up. Absolution. It's a battle res. B res. B res. Come on, man. Now everyone in Rift can res each other, which is a pretty cool thing outside of combat. But to have a B res, a battle res for combat, it's on a 5-minute cooldown. I mean, come on. 100% health, 50% mana, dude. Pretty OP right there. Pretty OP. If we were going to relate this to a spell, that's Kale's ult from League. Game changing, son. Alright. Thorvin's Law increases your resistance and reduces your damage taken from spells. It's a must. It is definitely a must. What? It's definitely a must. You gotta have that. You gotta have that. Alright. Basically, this is help with your effective health, but for magic attacks. Armor and endurance is effective health for physical attacks. So, yeah. A little bit more math in that one to figure that out. So it's a little bit more complicated. Resistance is another type of mitigation, but for magic attacks. So, Light Recreation, increase your damage with Strike of Judgment, Reckoning, Bolt of Ratings, Doctrine of Authority. This increases your damage, which would help with your threat. So, may not necessarily need that for tanking, but we'll see. There's 3 ranks, so 10%. So if it's 10% per rank, that's 30%. It's not bad. It's not bad. Alright. What do we have? Not here. Strike of Retribution. No global cooldown. It's on 6% cooldown. Deals life damage once used after the cleric has blocked. So, that's pretty cool. So as soon as you block, bam, use this. You think, wow, that's really hard to do. I have macros, and macros are actually really easy to set up in this game. So I will show you my macros. Divine Rights. Okay, we went over this already. We're going over it again because it's cool. When already at full health, so when at full health, if you use either your Doctrine of Bliss or Doctrine of Loyalty, those are both heals that use Conviction. They will absorb damage equal to, it says 33% at 1 rank. Probably at 3 ranks, it's going to be 100%. So, Loyalty absorb damage equal to 100% of their normal healing value instead of healing you. So, essentially, when you have this, if you are at full health, instead of healing you, these spells will give you a bubble, a shield. Again, I love bubbles. I love bubbles. Who don't like bubbles? Who don't like bubbles? Do you like blowing bubbles? I like blowing bubbles. Bubbles are awesome. No, not the monkey. Increases your block absorption by 2%. 2 ranks was 4%. So instead of 30%, it would be 34. I don't know. I don't know if it's additive or multiplicative. So, but yeah, it increases how much you block, because blocking doesn't negate damage, it just mitigates some of the damage. Alright, did that. And then Hammer of Faith. Okay, consumes all convictions. It deals that amount of light damage for each conviction to the enemy and up to 4 additional enemies. So basically, oh, this is an AoE ranged spell. That's pretty cool. So it's an AoE spell. I like that. I like that. Uses up all convictions. So I wouldn't use that to pull. I would say maybe that's more of like, because I have had some bosses where they jump or teleport to another target. I mean, they come back, but they like teleport. So when that person goes away, you still got something to hit them with to maintain that threat, that ranged threat. So when they come back to you, you don't lose them, you know. So you can still keep doing damage. I know when I played WoW, there would be some encounters where they would jump, and I would have to just spam my taunt to maintain threat. So when they came back to me, I wouldn't lose threat to the melee or to the range, especially to the range. Especially that 100 that crits every single freaking hit, man. God. So that's what I got in my Justicar tree. I do have a shaman. I don't know. Now the side trees, you really don't go into too much a lot, but in Shaman, thick skin reduces damage you receive by 5. So I got 5 there, 5 in just Scar Tree. So again, I don't know if it's additive or multiplicative. I'm probably saying that wrong, but yeah. And then bam, Courage of the Bear, increase endurance by 5%. Gotta get that endurance. Alright, especially because we're wearing chainmail, we're not getting the most armor, you know, because with there's plate, chain cloth, again, for each calling, warrior, cleric, rogue, mage, respectively. Vengeance of the Winter Storm, it's a free buff. It adds water damage to all your melee hits. So we're doing life damage, we're doing physical damage, and with this we're also doing water damage. So we have damage, diversification, diversification, damage diversification. I hope I said that correctly as well. Alright. Crushing Blow, this is the same thing. See, 130, 143. Okay, well, we're doing more light damage, but you know, this you strike a judgment basically. You don't need it. Lightning Hammer is nice. It's a ranged dot. Does burst damage plus as a dot. So I do have that in my ranged macro. All right. It is nice. Like I said, burst damage and a dot. It's only over 9 seconds. I can increase it if I want to. I think by another 6 seconds, so it would make it total 15. Well, I'm not really sure if I want to do that. Increases damage on with single target abilities by 2%. May or may not sure. This gives me crit. Now the crit from there, along with that there. Again, I gotta look into it, do some research. Ride the Lightning. Ride the Lightning is awesome. So, like, let's say you just feel like being a total badass and just riding in. Bam. Hit that. You charge in, like, literally, like, you have, like, air and clouds and lightning coming out your butt. It's essentially like the most epic fart ever. It launches you forward. You land on people. It does, like, a little mini stun type of thing. And you just, like, you're in the middle of things. It's awesome. And Druid. Not really sure about that. But bam, Wisdom. Need that Wisdom. I've got the Satyr pet. Fervent Strike is just like Crushing Blow. Not needed. Dismiss pet. Standard spell if you have a pet. Fairy Healer is nice. Oak Shield. This is what I really wanted this for. Oak Shield. It absorbs 25% damage taken out to a certain amount. And then increases movement speed by that. So I do have 40% reduced on that. So whatever half that is, and then some. So it's still over 200 damage reduced. It's nice. I like it. I love it. Bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. And stuff. There is another one over here in the Shaman tree. Does the same thing, but instead of increasing your movement speed, it deals water damage to people and stuff. So having both might be nice, but then do I have enough points? I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure if I have enough points. So, and then this just increases your damage. You got to pet out. Both you guys hit the pet, you know, with the guy. So that's my tanking tree.